How's it going today, YouTubers? It's Electron Man. We're going to do a little bit of a different one today. As in my name, the Electron Man. I do quite a bit of old electronic repair here and there. And I guess the CB have gotten pretty popular with the way the world is today with natural disasters and everything. People are finding out that, you know, cell phones, your tire goes down, power goes out, guess what? You ain't going to be talking to nobody. But the good old CB, you got 12 volts and an antenna, and you know, you can talk 25 miles around. Anyway, it seems like they've kind of picked up, and I'm glad of that. You know, I like to see CBs pick back up. I'm a ham radio operator. I've had CBs all my life. I still talk on them. When I go on a road trip, I always have one. It's always good to know what's in front of you, you know, traffic-wise and everything else. So anyway, long story short, a buddy brought this by, and it's an old Uniden PC66, yeah, which I think is pretty much a Cobra LTD 25. I mean, they're pretty close to the same. These used to be pretty good little radios. He told me that he doesn't know what happened to it. It just quit working. That's usually the story I always hear when I get these. No telling what he's done, or he might not have done anything. It might have just, you know, it is made in the Philippines, so it's one of the earlier models. I mean, it's worth putting a little bit of effort in and see if I can bring her back up. Well, we'll start out by, let's just go ahead and start out by the simple stuff. The way I do troubleshooting, I start simple, go hard. You know, why make more problems than you need, and start where it makes the most sense. So let's, I got this cool little old microphone checker I picked up years ago. I don't know that it catches all the newer ones, but it definitely catches like the 8-pin and the 6-pin and the DIN 4-pin and 5-pin and your Cobras and your Presidents, your Midlands, pretty much, you know, your normal ones. But anyway, go ahead and plug her in here. This is Cobra President one. Let's see what we got here. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Audio. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Okay, so we know the microphone's good. That's basically first thing I check, because, you know, a lot of times I say, well, I don't transmit or nobody's hearing me, and it's because the microphone ain't working. So one thing eliminated. Microphone does appear to be good. Okay, let's go to the next thing. I'll get my little power wire out here. My typical 3-pin plug for Cobras, Unidens, Midlands. This plug here is used about 90% of the CB. Some use a 2-pin. Some use different, but for the most part, this is probably 95% of the plugs. But anyway, go ahead and plug it in. I've got a little triple power supply I'm using up there. Doesn't really matter, other than it's a precision one. I think you've seen pictures of my bench, so I can adjust the voltage. And the cool thing is it's got accurate. I can read the amperage, which I definitely want to do this. But let me go ahead and plug it in here. Well, that's interesting. I'm not going to be like some of these bridges. I'm not going to try to have 5 cameras and show you all my meters and everything. But I will tell you this: it's pulling almost an amp, and it's powered off. Well, it's pulling 0.72, so 2/3 of an amp. It really shouldn't, maybe 1/4 of an amp. That seems a little high. I'm like, maybe it's got a short in it. But anyway, let's go ahead and plug her in and see if she comes on. It's missing a knob too, but I've got some old donor radios. I'm sure I can find a knob for it. But let's see if she comes on. Well, he's right, it don't work. I got nothing. No lights, nothing. Okay, so we're going to have to dig into this one. I can see that. Okay, well, let me go ahead and unplug it. I thought when I saw that 3/4 of an amp, that's too high. Well, let me go ahead and get this case off of here. I'll stop this. You don't need to watch me take out 8 screws, but you take out 8 screws to get it open, and I'll come back whenever I got it open. Okay, I just got the case open. Let's just kind of do a visual inspection first. Again, let's go simple first and get more complicated if we need to. Okay, let's see here. What do we got going on here? We got anything obvious? That's the first thing I'll look at is obvious. Yeah, it looks like the funnel's been replaced once before. That's definitely not factory heat sink grease, and they were nasty, and that drives me crazy. You know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and I want it to look right. And man, just clean up your grease off of it. I mean, it's not that hard. Wipe it down. Anyway, sorry to get that little rant. Let's look around in here. I don't see anything. No resistors showing any burnt. Don't see any popped caps. So we know we're not getting power to it, or we're not getting power past the plug in the back. So let me, first thing I'll do here is we're going to use a good old digital voltmeter. That's usually the place I go first. And let me find. And I'll do this in here. And I think what we're going to start with is just some continuity testing. See if I have any open areas. Well, come on, fit in there. What's up with that? Usually just slides right in there. Well, I'm not having her such time. There we go. And yeah. What I'll do here is I'm going to feed off of the positive side on the power plug on the back. And then I'm going to roll back myself back. I don't know if I have a schematic on this, but I'm going to wing it right now. I don't know that I need a schematic. And let's just kind of go back and trace the wires back. Okay, I'll start at let's make sure I got continuity going. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's just me testing continuity. So I'll go back here and we'll start at the plug. In the first place, pin on the back side. Okay, so I have continuity to the, so I know the plug's good. Trace that wire down to the, and it looks like it's got a little inductor there, probably for noise, to reduce noise, and then it goes straight into the circuit board. Let's see. Okay, so we're good from the power plug into the circuit board. And let me trace that back on the back here. Where does that go from? Got some circuit board. Looks like the first place it goes is to a diode. Okay, interesting. I wonder if that might be the problem. A lot of times if they're hooked up backwards, it's got that little shunting diode there, and that'll be the first thing that it pops is that diode. I put a chew in before this started, and I'm having to stop and spit here. It's a fresh one, but anyway, let's see here. So we'll go to 1 in the diode. Let's see here. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this very good, but basically, I've got my Dell probe hooked to the positive of that side. Now I looked on the other side, and it looks like the diode runs from here to here. So, okay, so that's the side that comes straight off the plug, goes through the inductor and down the circuit board, and it goes to the other side. That's not good. That is a dead short. Interesting. Well, I think this might be a short little video. Looks like my friend most likely hooked this up backwards. That's pretty common on these, but yeah, that die is showing short. When I check those, this goes to positive, this goes to positive, and then it feeds the circuit around here. This is your audio chip, which it looks like that audio chip might have been replaced at one time. Looks like this radio has quite a bit of work done to it, which sometimes I hate getting in behind somebody else's work. Make sure, yeah, okay, we're good there. We're good there, so I hope the audio chip's not bad neither, but it's not showing shorted. We'll start with easy first. See, I'm preaching and then I'm going off deeper than I need to. First thing I know for sure is I come in here, this is where the hot comes, and this is the ground side of it. This is your ground circuit here, around here. So, I'm surprised it's not doing that. Definitely should not be doing that. Surprised it's not showing, it is. Yeah, see, it's showing on the whole back plane. See, that's not good. Your positive should not be affecting everything on the ground side of the circuit, or the negative side of the circuit. So let's pull that diode out and see what we got. Which that might take me a minute. I might stop the video here. I'm going to have to heat up my desoldering station to get this diode out of here. If I have to get much deeper into it, I'll unsolder the speaker wires, but I hate doing that. It's just extra work. But let me go ahead and fire up the desoldering station here, and give me 5 minutes for it to heat up, and I'll be back. Okay, I got my desolder station heated up here. Let's see if see that's diode's right here. Try to get as much as you want. You sure don't want to tear the full on the circuit board. So. That one looks good and dry. Okay, that should be good enough to get that out of there. Let me pull that diode out. Should come right out now. Yeah, she's still playing a little bit of hardball here. I guess I didn't get it all. You don't want to tear the deal, so we'll go back and hit it with the solder and make sure we're... There she goes. Nice and pretty. And is the other side that's going to pull out? No. I could use a new tip on that soldering station, but it's an old paste, and I'm going to have to go search and see if I can find one. There we go. There's a culprit. And I got to start diode out of the circuit. Let me go ahead and just do a little diode test with the meter here. I already know from a troubleshooting that we've definitely got a shorted diode, but let me just see what she acts like out of the circuit. Make sure we might have more sorted down the path than that. Switch over here to diode. Yeah, the second ring, nothing but a piece of wire now. When you're checking diodes, you should have some ohmage on one side, and it should be lower on the other side. Basically, is what I'm looking for. And I'm showing continuity basically across it, just kind of like I did when I was checking with the continuity. It's so we got a dead short diode here. What is up there? That looks like that's about I'm guessing probably a 1N 4001. It looks like a 1 amp. Oh boy, my old eyes, I tell you, that's small writing. Put it in the magnifying glass here and see if I can read it. Yeah, it's a 1N 4001. Okay. And size-wise, I can tell that's a 1 amp. So let me get my little old box of diodes out here. Find one. Sorry guys, I won't do that again. Shouldn't have put a dip in and then try to do a video. Not the brightest thing in the world. So 1N 4001 would be one of these. 1 amp. Get one on the package here. Okay, and let's go ahead and put it back in. Now, by the way, yeah, technically, that if that was just a dead short and like it tested to be, technically, just taking that diode out, it probably would power up right now. But you are taking away the protection when you do that. So I'm always going to put the diode back in. That's just the right way to do it. Yeah. Bend her over here. And you always want to check it. In fact, it shows you on the board. I knew already which way the diode, but you obviously want the you're going to want it to where it is reflecting current, not conducting current. So the band's going to go towards the hot side. That's the best way to explain it. At least that's the way I'm going to explain it. I'm sure somebody will correct me on that, but you know what? I'm the one fixing this radio, so you fix them how you want them. You explain them how you want. And there we go. We'll just slide her in there. Pull her good and tight. Just like that. And I'll leave the leads long. And I'll come in here and do a little drop of solder. There we go. Well, that's one diode replaced. Where's my diagonal cutters? No, I tell you what. Prepared I'm not. Where'd I do the diode cutters? There they are. Put that up. Dang bottle to spin it, so I have to quit going outside. Jeez. Ow, I drank that too fast. Ow. There's a little bit left in that, and I gulped it down, and ow. You ever done that? Drink something too fast? Anyway, let's go ahead and cut these leads off, make her all nice and pretty. There we go. One diode replaced. Now let's go back and, well, we'll do a continuity test first, and I'll show you what it should sound like now. Get her back over to continuity. I should have did a little review on these probes too. I popped these probes off of Amazon, and man, last time I was in an electronics store, I was wanting a pair because my other ones were getting pretty ragged. They were wanting like $30, and these actually came with all these cool little attachments and everything. Like that, they were like $12 on Amazon. Amazon's kind of funny. Sometimes you'll find really, really good deals, and then other times you need to shop around. But anyway, let's check her now. See now guess what? I got no short going across my negative side of the circuit board here. The grounding side, see? We still should have beautiful. What I expect. Get better. It's almost acting like that's not soldered good. Let me hit it again. Hey, look at a little cold joint. It's probably fine, but why not go back and hit it while you can? Yeah, see, there we go. Perfect. See, now I'm no longer getting feedback through my negative side of the circuit. So, do we stop there? And I say, yeah, we do. We stop there and test again. Put the little cover on here. Just gotta put it under, keep it where I'm not shorting something out, and we'll go ahead and plug her back in here. And let's see what we got now. Drum roll. Still no power. Let's power on. Ha! Look at that. She is lit now. Sure enough. Now then, we need to go a little further. Let's test her and see what she does as far as if she's transmitting. I got this cool little, I don't know where I got it at, it's this little Syncor. It's made especially for CBs. It's basically a dummy load and a scope and frequency counter, so I can check the modulation and check the frequency on it. I've got an inline one too, but this is kind of handy if I'm just on the bench here and just want to throw something on real quick. Here we go, let's see here. Hook this up to my freak counter. Up to the freak counter. First, let's test and see if we're transmitting any frequencies here. Okay. 27285. Channel 28, that would be exactly right. So she is transmitting. That's awesome. Okay, so we are getting transmission out of her. So let's move to the next step. Let me get the PDC out here and do a quick check on the power level here. I did notice it looks like I don't know if you guys can see that here or not. Be careful, I don't want to short anything out, but I can see people have been in here before, and I need to call my buddy before I'm going to do any receiving of the line or tune on it. I mean, he actually just dropped off on me to see if I could fix it, and usually I call with an estimate, but with this one I'm sure he's going to want that. I mean, that's just a diode I had to put in there, so that's a pretty cheap little repair I can do for him as long as everything else is okay. And if he wants, I'll tweak and tune it too, but for right now we're just going to stick with that that he wants that he just wanted it fixed. Let me hunt up a couple things. I'm gonna have to hunt up my cable to plug in the radio. Hold on here. I should have been more prepared. Okay, I'm back now. I got my my PDC hooked up here. Like I said, sorry guys. If you really like these videos, maybe I'll go to trouble get 2 cameras where you can see my my meters are here. But kind of give you a short down and dirty. I got a PC600 here. It's going to give me modulation, RF, and SWR. Don't really care about SWR. I got a little 100-watt dummy load sitting on here. I'm not going to transmit out whenever I'm working on one. It's only in here that you're going to hear it. So, but like I said, he didn't ask for a peak or tune, so we're just going to make sure she's transmitting, which she's dead keying 4 watts, 3.5, 4 watts. And about 100% modulation. Maybe a little more. Let me set that meter there. Running 100% modulation. Hello audio. Hello audio. I'd like to peak and tune this. I get more out of it. She's dead keying about 3.5, 4, swinging 6, 7, which is not bad. Whoever tuned this didn't do bad, but I guarantee you I get a little more out of that. I dropped the RMS on it down a little bit to about 2 watts and get her swinging about 6 or 7 is what I'd like to do. But like I said, he just wanted it fixed. He said it's a good talking radio, and it is. Hello audio. Hello audio. Yeah, she's a talker. Anyway, guys, hey, hope you learned a little from this. This is pretty much the standard how I go through each repair. I start out simple, go mic, go into the power, start tracing back from the power, go through. You know, I've got lots of cool test equipment, but at the end of the day, you know, really, what did you need to do this repair? A good soldering iron. You could get it cheap, the solder gun. Get you a pack of diodes. I've got packs of diodes and resistors and stuff, but anyway, you probably have to buy a $10 pack to get one. I don't know if they sell one on there, but hey, doesn't hurt to have them around. And but anyway, back to, really, it doesn't take a whole lot. I like the dead on the frequency. Now I've got an RF generator that I could go ahead and hook up to it and see how the audio or the receive is on it. But he said it's a good talking radio, and it's got audio. I know that. So, like I said, I'll talk to him. You know, for about $35-40. I do a peak tune on him, but you know, with the repair, I don't know. He might just want it fixed. So I'll give him a holler if he wants it. If he wants it tuned, I'll come back on and do a little tune for it. Basically, a tune is I'll generate a tone at about negative 30 dB, and I'll go through here and align the receive, and then on the RF I'll adjust the coils. Like I said, I'll actually bring the carrier down to about 2 watts and get her swinging. And but anyway, this is just a simple repair. This will bring this one back to life. I'll come back and show you once I get the case all back up. Just because of who I am, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit, blow it out, check everything else, make sure there's no loose wires in here. I noticed a little screw for the microphone is missing. They're usually always missing. I have to see if I've got one of those, which makes it kind of dangerous when you unplug it. You can pull the wires out of the plug here, but trying to clean up the front a little bit and see if I can find that knob, a knob that'll match it, and get the knob on there. But hey, one pair down. I imagine he's gonna tell a friend, and I kind of been out of it for a little while, but CB's kind of coming back, so I've been doing a lot of flat screen repairs and you know, TV supplies and power supplies. Power supplies has been a pretty popular thing here lately. But anyway, one CB brought from the grave. I'm glad he didn't throw it away. I mean, hey, one diode, and we got her back up and jamming. So this is the Electron Man. Let me go ahead and stop this for a minute, and I'm gonna button her up and show you what she looks like when I got her all buttoned up, kind of pretty her up a little bit. Okay guys, here she is all cleaned up. Well, let me turn her around this way. Take a look at her. She is a keying right away. She definitely has audio. I cleaned I probably worked those a little more, but I went ahead, when I went in there, I did a little CRC electronic resistor cleaner, just because I do that to all of them, man. Kind of clean up the knobs a little bit, make them a little smoother, not all crackly. The mic gain there, RF gain's working, squelch is working. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I might have to clean that a little more. I think that's just noise from inside my building. But squelch is working. How about noise blank? Oh yeah, noise blank cleaned that right up, didn't it? That's just like it's supposed to. Well, this is one fully functional radio. She cleaned up pretty good. Actually, I mean, I've seen a lot worse. This actually wasn't in that bad a shape. It's got a little bit of, still, I tried to get most of it off. I mean, this, you could tell this old baby here has been rode hard and put to bed wet in the garage. There's no doubt about it. You can tell how much has been used by the what do they call it, silk screening for the mic gain and stuff are about wore off. But I mean, all the digits still work on the selector. Noise bright works. All the switches work. Like I said, she's been about 3, swinging about 5. 100% audio. Looks like the LC has probably been opened up on it, but anyway, like I said, he just said he wanted it fixed. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to do no tweak or tune on it. Seems to be transmitting fine. It's receiving fine. One's fixed radio. Anyway, hey, if you get a chance, like and subscribe this. Hopefully you like this. If you do, I'll do more CB repairs. I'm sure I'm going to have some more lined up here. There's some interest in it. This is Electron Man. Have a great day.